I'm Deputy Chief Constable Leslie Stevens with the Port Moody Police Department.
And I'm Deputy Chief Barry Kross with the Metro Vancouver Transit Police. We're going to be bold and cold today to support the Law Enforcement Torch Runs fundraising for Special Olympics BC. Throughout the province, there's around 5,500 athletes in 55 different communities that benefit by the fundraising efforts of Special Olympics BC. It supports the athletes and their families, and we're proud to do so. So here we go. We're going to go jump in the water.
Come with us.
Let's go! Let's go!
Oh my goodness, that was bad. That's colder than the ocean. You're so down.
Yes!
All right.
You have been
that
reborn.
was cold, and that was very, very cold. Happy to do so. Well, my goodness. Good evening, everyone. My name is Barry Kross. I'm the Deputy Chief of the Metro Vancouver Transit Police, and I'm pleased to report that 2 weeks after that polar plunge at Sassamat Lake in Port Moody, I think I finally warmed my hands and my feet up. Leslie, what about you?
Well, watching that video makes me cold all over again, and I can still feel my feet. But it was all worth it to support the Special Olympics BC athletes with intellectual disabilities and to help reopen the year-round sports programs that mean so much to so many people. Hi, everyone. I'm Leslie Stevens of the Port Moody Police Department, and I'm so glad to be back together with you, Barry, for the official closing ceremony of the 2022 Polar Plunge for the Special Olympics BC, presented by Prospera Credit Union.
Yeah, each year the Polar Plunge is presented in partnership with the BC Law Enforcement Torch Run. Leslie and I are both proud members of the BC LETR Executive Council. We're thrilled to see so many law enforcement agencies and members from around the province leading this year's Polar Plunge. We want to say a special thank you for those that helped to make a difference and to show that Special Olympic athletes matter to us all.
Tonight, we're excited to be joined by James Clifford, who is a Special Olympics BC Abbotsford athlete and a longtime plunge hero. James, I have two questions for you. The first one is, how many times have you done the Polar Plunge for the Special Olympics BC? And the second question is, how was it this year?
I have done the Polar Plunge 5 times, both in Vancouver and Abbotsford, and it was the greatest of all time.
Well, James, that's awesome. I think I've been doing this since 2016, so we're probably even with the number, but I think you've done it in more places than I have, and with better costumes than me. So tonight we're going to come together. You're all watching from home, so thank you very much. Anybody that wants to see this later on can watch it on a replay. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the 2022 Polar Plunge for Special Olympics BC. It's been an incredible year for this event. It matters so much to Special Olympics BC right now that we're able to bring this back again this year. The volunteers and coaches around the province are working so hard to reopen year-round in-person Special Olympics programs and competition. As you know, with COVID, a lot of those things have been put on hold, and the athletes are very, very passionate about getting back into the game.
Last year was the first virtual Polar Plunge for the Special Olympics BC. It was a huge success because participation from around the province and the passion shown by all the plungers and supporters. This year, we raised the bar again. We're going to keep a virtual component to this event for years to come so that people all around the province can always participate from the comfort or discomfort or cold of their own home. James, can you tell us how successful the Polar Plunge was this year?
This year, the Polar Plunge for Special Olympics BC raised $250,000 gross. Isn't that amazing?
Fabulous.
Together, we beat our original fundraising goal by $100,000. Thank you all you so much to all the plungers, sponsors, and donors for the generosity. Thank you for helping athletes like me to get back in the game.
Great. Thank you, Clifford. We're going to announce the top fundraisers now about the competition winners a bit later. we're going to announce them a bit later in the show. Sorry. First, we want to hear from you. Please tell us in the comments what your favorite part of this year's Polar Plunge was. You can post those for everyone else to see.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go!
Come with us.
We got these two guys, the goalkeeper union.
Get that vehicle, have fun.
We picked the sunshine, right? We picked everything except the cold water.
I'm proud to be participating.
That was fantastic. I just got a whole bunch of new ideas for next year, and I'm going to challenge everyone I know to some really fun activities that involve the cold. Our generous sponsors help the Polar Plunge make a difference for Special Olympics BC, and we want to thank Prospera Credit Union for stepping up to be the presenting sponsor of this year's Polar Plunge for the Special Olympics BC. Prospera is a big champion of Special Olympics athletes, and they've been involved with the plunge for many years. Tonight we have a message from Kristen McElgun of Prospera Credit Union. She's the Chief Product and Strategy Officer. She wants to congratulate everyone.
Hi, I'm Kirsten McElgan, and I'm the Chief Product and Strategy Officer for Prospera Credit Union. We are thrilled to be this year's presenting sponsor of Special Olympics BC's Polar Plunge. Over the past 6 years, we've seen this event triple in size, last year raising over $215,000, resulting in over $800,000 raised in support of our athletes with intellectual disabilities. COVID-19 and the shutdown of sports has had major impacts on our athletes, especially their mental health. And while Special Olympics BC has done everything to keep our athletes connected during this tough time, it's time for them to return to their sports safely. Let's get them connected with their friends again, and let's allow our athletes to compete and play the sports that they love.
Well, a big thank you to Prospera for sure, and to all of our plunge sponsors who are passionate about supporting Special Olympics BC and athletes and programs. A thank you to our costume competition sponsor, who this year is Duick Auto Group. The Duick staff did 3 incredible plunges this year. It's 2 more than I did, so good for them. Big shout out to the work that they did. Our video competition sponsor is the Neal Estate Group. And our media sponsors are City News Vancouver, City TV, Jack 96.9, Kiss Radio, Omni Television, and Sportsnet 650 Vancouver.
Thank you for all the much of your support. I have a trivia question to our audience. Please post your clues in the comments. How many people took part in the Polar Plunge this year? We are looking for the closest answer. It was more than 150, 250, or 350 people.
Thanks, James. Many plungers won incentive prizes because of all of your success. Special Olympics will be sending out those incentive prizes as soon as possible. They'll be sending them through Canada Post to the address that you registered to. Thank you all for your successful fundraising for the Special Olympics BC.
Great. Now it's time to recognize our fundraising leaders. First, we want to congratulate all of the plunge heroes who have raised more than $1,000. This is a very meaningful accomplishment, and we congratulate all of you.
There are lots of names on that list that I recognized. Congratulations and thank you, Plunge Heroes. Now it's my pleasure to announce the top fundraising teams. Each top team will receive a $250 Safeway gift card. In the law enforcement category, the top team was the Vancouver Police Department, which raised nearly $40,000. Our top corporate fundraising team was Team Duick. They raised more than $26,000. The top community team was the Tofino Polar Pals, who raised $6,400. The team with the highest average dollars raised per plunger is the Cold and the Coots team, and their 6 team members raised $6,675. And in the SOBC, Special Olympics BC category, our top team was the Abbey Plungers, who raised just under $9,000. James, congratulations to you and your team, the Abbey Plungers. What was it like when you all took the plunge together?
We had 8 Abbotsford athletes run into the pond, and it was very cold, but we had a great time. We had a really good time running into the pond where it was cold, and it was fun with APD and stuff. We just had a great time, and all the athletes from Abbotsford that were there, it was great. We had a great time jumping into that pond. It was a lot of fun.
Looked like it was fun. Maybe I'll come out and join you there next year.
Yeah, come on out. That'd be awesome.
Good. So that's fantastic, James. Congratulations. Thanks to you and all of our top fundraising teams. Now it's my pleasure to announce our top fundraising individuals. Each individual will receive a $250 Safeway gift card. Congratulations to the top fundraising athlete, Shayna Morrison of Special Olympics BC, Victoria, who raised just over $2,600. Good for you. I also want to congratulate the SOBC athlete who bravely took the plunge and raised funds for their programs. There's so many of you working so hard around the province. Now I want to recognize the top individual fundraiser in the law enforcement category. I'm pleased to announce that Victoria Police Department Chief Constable Del Manick led the way. He raised just over $4,700 himself. Our top fundraising student was Emma Obendorfer, who is 5 years old, and she raised 34 times her age. God, if I did that, how much money would have I raised?
Yeah.
In our community champion category, the top fundraiser was Michael Campbell, a longtime member of the Special Olympics Board of Directors and the host of Money Talks business podcast. Michael raised awareness through his community and raised a remarkable $46,398. Good on you, Michael. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to all of our Polar Plunge fundraisers and donors. Thank you for making a difference to Special Olympics athletes and all the programs that we have throughout our province.
You've seen from the videos that plungers are a very creative bunch, and this year's costumes offered plenty of entertainment. Sincere thanks to Duick Auto Group for sponsoring the costume contest. Let's watch this year's runners-up for Best Costume. These happen to be two members of the Special Olympics BC Board of Directors, Michael Campbell and Campbell River athlete Ashley Addy.
The 2022 Polar Plunge, thank goodness it's for an incredibly important cause.
This is actually an antique lederhose. It's not just anybody can have this kind of stuff. Only Mike. And actually no German ever wears a tie with a lederhose, but that's what makes him special, right?
That was worth it for Special Olympics.
We're doing this in one take, so just bloopers. Oh well. There she goes, the Polar Plunge. Woo! All the way. All the way. You gotta do it. All the way. Right on. Woo! Oh. That was cold. Way to go, you did it. We're a good time.
Thank you, Michael and Ashley. Now, I'm excited to announce this year's costume contest winners are, give us a drum roll, Esty Morris and Leah Garius from the Abbotsford Police Department. Esty is my sister. Leah is a second sister to me, and I'm so proud of them. They win a Vancouver Canucks hockey stick autographed by Elias Patterson. So let's have a look at their winning costumes.
Are you guys jumping too? We're gonna slowly walk it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, thank you very much for your creativity and support of the Polar Plunge for Special Olympics BC. Now we're going to announce the winner of the video contest. This contest is generously sponsored by the Neil Estate Group. There were lots of outstanding entries this year, so the judges had a very tough time. So let's take a look at our two runners-up, Elizabeth Mackey from the BC Sheriff's Service and Special Olympics BC Prince George athlete, Marinka Van Haeg.
What is your name?
Moringa Van Haeg,
And where are you from?
British Columbia,
What city?
Prince George.
And what are you doing?
I'm doing the Polar Plunge for Special Olympics to raise money
All right, and why are you not jumping in the lake?
because the lakes are frozen.
All right, so what are you going to do instead?
My niece and my nephew is throwing water over me.
All right, you guys. 1, 2, 3, go!
Yeah, this time's 6.
Well done. Thank you, Marinka and Elizabeth. And now a big congratulations to our video contest winner, Special Olympics BC Smithers athlete, Torben Schufert. Torben wins a Google Nest Hub. I didn't know what that was, so I had to Google it. It looks really cool. Let's watch his winning entry.
I will Polar Plunge for Special Olympics BC. I'm bold to be cold. Go, go, go! I'm cold! I'm cold! I'm cold! Now I'm cold and cold. Woohoo! Yeah! Woohoo!
Well, I just got cold looking at that all over again. So that was sure a great plunge. And thanks very much, Tobin. We have one more prize winner to announce. Every plunger who raised more than $500 was entered into a draw to win the Nintendo Switch with Just Dance. Congratulations to this year's winner, Kristen Lemna.
Way to go, Christy. Now I'm going to give the answer to our earlier trivia question. This year's plunge had more than 350 participants. We saw plunging in all corners of the province, from Tofino to Cranbrook, to Red Rock to Smithers, and everywhere in between. Thank you all for connecting by getting bold and cold for Special Olympics. It means so much to all of us athletes around the province.
Great. Thanks, James. We're going to sign off tonight with one more huge thank you to all of the plungers, sponsors, donors, and supporters that made this year's Polar Plunge Special Olympics BC possible. Thank you so much for helping Special Olympics BC athletes get back into the game exactly where they belong.
Thanks so much, everyone. And remember, supporters can still help us change lives by donating to the Polar Plunge. We're keeping the website open for a few more days to push our fundraising total even higher and to make a difference for Special Olympics BC. Go to plunge4, and that's the number 4, specialolympics.com. Thank you all. I hope you are already planning your plunges for next year.
Thank you, Leslie and Barry, for all your leadership. And thanks to all the supporters of the 2022 Polar Plunge for Special Olympics BC. We have one more tweet for you tonight. Check out the fun plunges by staff members presenting from our sponsor, Prospera Credit Union. Thank you all, and a good night to everyone.